Good morning, tipsiers. Ranger Dave coming at you from about 6,000 feet here in Durango, Colorado. You know that if I'm here at McDonald's eating carbs, there's some serious shit about to go down. Me and the goods, he's over here. He's packing up, about to hop on the Durango train and hit Chicago Basin, along with some hopeful 14er action. My primary focus is Windom and flirting with Sunlight and North Elos. So we'll see how all that goes. The goods has convinced me this is a good idea. I think I'm going to McDie on this hike, but should be a lot of fun. So sit back, relax, pop open that cold one. Let's get to work. Good morning. We have been at it for a bit, as you can tell. Got a little Twin Lakes action behind me. Super beautiful. Love Chicago Basin so far. Got my sexy hair on. Holy moly. Didn't know that. Anyway, we are at about, what would you say, goods? 12.3, 12.5? 12.5. We have sunlight. Right there. If I can point to it. There it is. That little thing right there. We're going to hit that first, attempt to hit that first, and then we'll be going over to Windom. Last night was super warm. A little wildfire smoke in the air, but that kind of cleared out. It's actually really, really pretty out. Let's get to it. Enough talking. Let's go. Yeah, buddy. And we're ready. Holy moly. top of sunlight, near top of sunlight. So you see these amazing views. San Juans are so pretty. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this all year. Look at that. Got Windom back there. That'll be possibly next. Got all these mountains all around. Got a lot of other 14ers in the distance, but so pretty. So why I say near top, survey markers at my foot, took a picture of it. However, you have this bad boy right here. Whoa, see that? That's the leap of faith. And the goods and I have both decided that we are going to flirt with the leap of faith, but not actually marry her. Just, there's a lot of exposure, and it's at a big slant. And if I survive, I think my wife would kill me. Anyway, great hike. We'll talk more about it at the tent. I got to get down. Like this thing is going to be a bear getting down. It was a bear getting up, but take in the views. Just, it's amazing. Love the San Juans, Chicago Basin. Hard to beat, but we'll talk more about that later on. Dirty. Top of Windom. He's technically on the top of Windom right now, but there's not enough space for two people. Oh, that was tougher than I thought it was going to be. That was more dangerous than I thought it was going to be.
Ranger Dave?
Yes.
I don't mind snuggling if you want to come up.
Nah, I'm good. I'll wait my turn.
All right.
Check out these views. We're good, man. We earned lunch. I am getting hungry. I told the goods I am tired. Been a long day. Been a good day. Been a long day. Back at camp. Camp's right in front of me, but I had to get the shot of Chicago Basin. Look at those pretty mountains. Got the goods here with me, just so I can see the goods. We did both survive today, just barely. All right, so before we get to whiskey, let's talk about, I guess, the trail in the mountains. So, rehash, we took the Durango to Silverton train to Needleton. When you're doing Chicago Basin, you have two options. One, you could hit Purgatory Trail, which is long. It's like 34 miles total round trip. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Or you can do the train. The train cuts off half-ish of that. And it's a really pretty train. The people are very friendly on there. I paid $4 for a Powerade, so hey, it's great. So then we hiked in, pretty hike in. I think it's New York Creek that you walk against.
Oh.
I think. No?
No, we stopped at New York. We stopped at New York Creek for water, but no, it was a different creek. I'll find it.
Yeah, different creek. You walk on a creek until you get all the way to Chicago Basin. 14ers.com does a really good job of spelling out where the campsites are going to be. There's many, many campsites. We actually got one that's a little bit toward the end of the campsite line, which I like. So it's a little bit of a shorter hike. Very pretty, as you can see. Like, literally, I'm looking at my tent just right there. So I would say pay attention to 14ers.com.
Needle Creek.
Needle Creek. Probably why it's called Needleton. All right, now today we did Sunlight and Windom. First Sunlight. I guess total we had 7.4 miles.
This is right.
About 4,000 feet of gain, but boy, it was hard won. This really outlines, or this really shows the difference in mountain classes and like the physical exertion that you go through. Because if you would have told me, hey, we're going to do a hike today, it's going to be about 7.4 miles, 4,000 feet of vert gain. It's like, yeah, 14er, no big deal. Big deal today. So Sunlight, if you look it up on 14ers.com, it is classified as a class 4. That is the highest classification here in Colorado. That's the real deal, the big leagues. What I read on 14ers.com is that all the way up to the summit block, which you'll see in this video, is class 3. I personally felt like it got a little class 4-ish at times before the summit block. Goods, would you agree or disagree with that assertion?
I would say yes. It may or may not have things to do with our ability to route find, but
We did great.
Yeah.
We did great route finding. We found the best routes. I would say just come prepared. Going up a gully of scree, you're going to see that, and it's pretty obvious when you're walking up the mountain. You're going to want micro spikes. We also had helmets on. Definitely wear a helmet. I had climbing gloves. I've had those for a little while now. Big advantage. At times you're going to want to put away your poles so that you can climb up on rocks. Like it's the real deal. I personally also feel like that Sunlight was just a hair overhyped until we got to that summit block. Now, I didn't do the leap of faith. That thing is gnarly. I touched it. I went over there and poked it. But that thing looks crazy. I would only do that if you really know what you're doing. I would say overall, though, Sunlight is a strenuous hike, good challenge. Now let's go to Windom. Windom, I was not prepared for. I was prepared for Sunlight. I knew I was getting into class 3 terrain. There's exposure elements there, like you got to be on your A game. Windom surprised me. Now this could have also been our route finding. I think we found ourselves in some class 3 terrain goods.
Yeah, no doubt.
The goods has done many more class 3 mountains than I have, so he knows what he's talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm here. I would say with Windom, do not underestimate it. A lot of boulder, not just hopping, that's early on, but climbing. A lot of exposure. There were times I was sketched out more on Windom than I was on Sunlight because there's so many social cairns and social trails that it was easy to get off. Now we got it. Like, we're fine. But don't underestimate Windom. Goods, would you have anything different to say?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And man, you hit that false summit. If you're not ready for seeing the true summit, it's intimidating. Wow, I thought there's no way. How are we gonna get through this thing?
I was intimidated, but we're here. We made it. So let's have some whiskey. So with me, because we're in the San Juans, Western Slopes, like the wild parts of Colorado, I have Telluride Distillery, their whiskey offering. Now I'll say this, I did not buy this. I was given this, a sample of this to try. So I'm going to read a little bit about it, and then we're going to try it. So it says, distilled from high altitude, high malt rye mash, and aged in new and finished aged in new and finished in a mixture of different used charred oak barrels. So it touts depth and complexity throughout. It says, as its light body and warm texture cover your mouth, making you beg for more. That's a tall statement. We'll see if we beg for more. It's 46% alcohol, limited quantities when available. This has been a great day. The Goods has a great day tomorrow. He's going to do Elos. Hey, there's a deer. Saw some mountain goats today, saw deer right there, have a chipmunk trying to eat on my tent, which is great. Anyway, here's the living life, long, loose, and full of juice. Right here. Let's go. And I won't put my lips to it, so.
You can put your lips to it, dude. It's alcohol.
Oh, okay.
That's a big shot you just took there.
I'm a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Goods initial take. What do you think?
It tastes good. It's got that cinnamon flavor that everybody loves.
It does. Mosquito. It does. I would say it is a little lighter in body. There's another deer over there.
Yeah.
They're not going to eat our stuff, are they? They're not going to eat my chocolate, are they?
Maybe. You got it all hanging out there.
Not great. I think it's fine. I definitely taste the rye. That's, I think, what the Goods is referring to with the cinnamon. Like, there's some rye in this, for certain. I wouldn't say it's necessarily complex. I wouldn't say it's bad. I don't know. What I don't get is I get a little bit of vanilla in it, but not a lot. Someone online mentioned vanilla notes. I don't get much. I get a lot more of the rye mash, which is fine. I would drink this, no problem. Definitely tastes like 46% alcohol or 92 proof. Yeah, it's solid. Solid Western Slope whiskey for a Western Slope hike. Goods, anything to add for today?
Nah, it was great. You're the best hiking buddy.
That's not what he was saying at the top of Windom when I was acting like a big baby. But I appreciate the compliment. Hey, here's to you, man. Cheers, phone and whiskey, cheers. Until next time. I don't know what our next time will be yet, but it'll be soon. So, hope you're living life long, loose, and full of juice. Dribbles.